131 and 7020, can y'all cross over to 1 Lima? 1 Lima.
Mental illness doesn't discriminate. It affects all people of all walks of life.
You're going to be safe right now. You're safe.
In the middle of the night, you're not going to call a doctor. You're going to call the police when you need help.
I've been hearing some things from other people without seeing them.
What things do you hear? We end up dealing with people that are in crisis every single day, whether it be schizophrenia, bipolar, or depression. Our biggest weapon that we use is not on our belt. It's our ability to communicate. It's actually getting them to talk to me.
With the mental health unit, we'll take the uniforms off. When you're dealing with someone who's in a crisis, you want the focus to be on getting them treatment. You don't want them to be the focus on the patch or the badge. Okay. The vehicle that we drive, it's a all-black SUV. So we have the advantage once we introduce ourselves, and we can put the badge away. No one has to be in their business. We'll start looking for calls for service on our laptop. And if there's a mental health related component, we'll take that call.
131 here.
Hey, partner, this is Casperg Mental Health. What's going on?
We've got a young female. I didn't get her age yet. She's not even talking to her dad anymore. She's a cutter, and she's just freaking out right now.
Okay, 10-4. Is everybody safe there? She's safe right now?
Hey, everybody's safe. We're good.
We cover a whole city of San Antonio with just 6 people, 2 on daylight and 4 officers on night.
If not, they're going to have to wait for us. CSI.
Hey, guys.
All of the officers on the San Antonio Police Department are CIT trained, and we go to a 40-hour crisis intervention school.
Dude, why don't y'all go over there and I'll start talking to her so she's not feeling alienated.
Okay.
Okay.
The crisis intervention team type of training originated because of a deadly force type of situation.
Can I talk with you? Is that okay?
Where officers were called to a family member's house.
Would it be okay if I got you a blanket or something? Would that be cool?
But they ended up going too close. They ended up cornering the consumer, as we refer to a person with mental illness. He had a knife, and the only out that he saw was charging at the officers with that knife.
Check it out. I got you a cool blanket, man.
That son was actually killed. Something needed to be done.
How's she doing in school right now?
Not good.
Not good? Okay.
And that's where this type of training came in place, of using good communication skills, using de-escalation techniques.
Can you just tell me a little bit about what's going on? What's got you so upset? I really want to help.
Let me ask you, within the last charge, to your knowledge, has she made any mentions of wanting to cut herself
Yes,
or
yes.
any
So this is what
suicidal?
caused it tonight.
Do you have one place that you typically cut yourself?
We're not doctors, we're not counselors, we're not there to diagnose, but we want them to be aware of what services we can get them connected into.
I want her help tonight.
Okay.
I'm not going to wait another minute.
Okay.
I'll go over to the hospital. I'll stay up all night if I have to, but I
Okay.
want my daughter to get well.
What we'd like to do is what's called a mercy detention. It's basically a legal civil hold saying that we get her to a hospital, get her to see a counselor, doctor tonight.
We're gonna let you talk to a counselor tonight, because it's just to keep you safe. You're not in any kind of trouble or anything like that. You understand that, right? Okay. We work together and take care of each other. Is that cool? Let's do this. Okay, come on down here. Hop on in.
You know what was cool? Is after talking to her, she was actually wanting to go.
Yeah, that was good at the end.
Ah,
She
man, I'll
just
tell you
said
what.
that. She said, you know what, you asked her, are you willing to go with us? And she said, she nodded yes.
I'll tell you what, that makes all the difference, man. That's the reason you come to work right there. Okay, so we're headed to police headquarters. The service agent working at the desk right there is calling in about a gentleman who's seems very delusional. He believes that he was abducted at the age of 2, and that he happens to be the son of Janis Joplin and one of the drummers of the Beatles. Right. He said he seems like he's very out of touch with reality, seems very scared. Did you call the police, sir?
Yes, I did.
Hey, no, sir, my name is James.
Hi.
With the police department, it's my partner,
Hey,
William.
I'm William. Nice to meet you.
Well, what's going on
Why
at
don't you sit
TV,
down
sir?
and talk with us?
My mother who gave me birth her name is Janis Joplin.
Her name is Janis Joplin?
Yes.
Okay. You know anything about the history of policing and things of that nature? Dealing with persons with mental illness has always been considered kind of a stigma. It's somebody else's responsibility. It's because we had the least amount of training to deal with somebody that was in a full-blown crisis or having some kind of psychotic episode.
I was abducted at the age of 2 years old.
Okay.
You said you went to a psychiatrist. Tell me a little bit about that. Did they ever say you were diagnosed
with bipolar, schizophrenia?
No.
Nothing.
They told me that he wanted to label me as a schizo, but you know, I've been ignoring these voices from these other people who I cannot see.
Pete, you seem like you're going through a lot tonight. We want to help you.
I've gone through a lot, and I've also been having some.
Are you hearing things that other people don't hear? Like voices?
Some things from other people without seeing them.
What things do you hear?
It's just these things. This is device.
A device?
I just recently found out that it's inside in the ear. High-tech small little implants that are inside.
There's so many cases out there where people have inflicted such severe injury to their head trying to get the voices to stop, and we take it very seriously.
Keep antagonizing, and I know this is not. These people are not invisible. I know that they're just as human as you are.
So do you feel like these people are out to get you, or they're conspiring against you?
They're wanting me to try to end my life, you know?
Did they ever tell you a plan on how you would end, or how they would want you to end your life?
To stop breathing, and which I'm not going to do that, you know?
Law enforcement has a history, only knew to arrest and ended up putting them in jail. So therefore, most of your jails around the nation became the biggest mental health facilities around the world.
What we'd like to do is, we'd like to take you somewhere we can also get something to eat, get some rest tonight, and talk to a doctor.
Someplace safe to be tonight.
I have
Our whole thing is what we refer to as a jail diversion. If we can keep people out of jail and into services, it serves two benefits. The first benefit is they're going to get healthier. The second benefit is it costs so much more money to incarcerate somebody as opposed to getting them help. What's going to happen here, like I said, this is just a clinic, someplace to keep you safe tonight, to have somebody to talk to. When we go in, they're going to do your blood pressure, your temperature, make sure you're feeling well, make sure you tell them about your ear kind of thing. And then we'll have one more person to talk to. So you'll have one more person that wants to listen and hear what you're going through. Okay? So we'll go ahead and follow us in. One thing that we've learned is all these training, all this resources we've had, once you go out there and you actually experience the benefits, you actually get to live the cliche. You know, I joined the police department because I want to help people, because we've seen the success stories. You know, I mean, you want to help everybody out here, and that's the whole goal, is you want to save the world mentality kind of thing, but there is limitations, but you have to go and stretch your arm out across your side of the bridge as far as you can, and just hope that somebody reaches out to meet you halfway. We come down to the downtown area portion of San Antonio. We do have a large homeless population. Let's check on this gentleman.
Let's check on this gentleman. How you doing, sir? The San Antonio Police Department, is everything okay? Before I came over to the mental health unit, I worked a street crimes unit, and we were doing foot patrol downtown, and I heard someone call my name, and I turned around, and it was a classmate of mine that I used to go to high school with. He just seemed really disheveled, really decompensated.
Is there anything we can do to help you?
Come to find out he was living on the streets of San Antonio homeless. He had paranoid schizophrenia. And I couldn't believe it, because this is not the same person I knew from high school. And it really just bothered me. I said, what more can I do for him? We'll walk with you.
Just try to stay out of the street, okay?
See the cars, how fast they're coming in.
It's not that it's bad for tourism, seeing homeless, but also we see them as human beings, and they're part of our community. There you go. Have a good night, sir.
131 and 7820, can y'all cross over to 1 Lima? 1 Lima.
Hey, partner, did you just hear that call come out, man? We're going to head over to the restaurant downtown. 10-4. And did he say that she was actually undressed?
Yeah, 10-4, he said she was naked out there.
7820, we got a call for that, and we're already heading that way.
Okay, 7820 is en route.
Do me a favor, go ahead and start EMS for us. Could be an excited delirium deal.
EMS.
You might want to start EMS also. She's really wild out here.
Okay, I'm starting EMS.
Okay. What happened?
They told her to come out here, and he already had her down.
Okay.
She's naked.
The first thing we thought of when we heard the call was a possible excited delirium case.
We've had several fatalities through this. Typically, they'll end up having some kind of cardiac arrest, and we end up losing them.
You're going to be safe right now. You're safe.
She kept mentioning someone was trying to attack her, so it could have been some hallucinations she was experiencing.
Stay still, man. Stay still.
Stay still. Relax.
One of you come.
Okay,
you're gonna stay with us.
Relax. Just relax.
On.
Keeping her calm, talking with her, keeping her focused is going to be the main objective at this point.
We're going to keep you safe.
You're relaxed.
Please cover
We're
that
going to keep you
space.
safe. Please safe right now. Any gloves? Some gloves? It'd be really nice. Thank you.
Can I get a pair of those two partners? I'm sorry. Thank you.
She's real hot, man.
Her body temperature was increasing. That's usually a pretty dangerous sign.
You're not in trouble, okay?
If she doesn't get immediate medical attention, she could go into shock.
Can y'all hold her head? There we go. You ready? Okay, go.
Just relax.
Okay, just try to breathe.
She'll get transported to the nearest hospital for further medical treatment and get her stabilized, make sure that she's going to be okay tonight. By working together, we were able to keep her calm. One of us riding in the EMS unit with EMS helps keep the patient focused while EMS can do their job and get the accurate vitals before they arrive to the emergency room.
Had we not had this training with the fire department, our paramedics, and had the knowledge of what excited delirium is, it's probably saved her life. That collaboration is just priceless. I'm glad that EMS was close, we were able to communicate and get her to the hospital that quick. I'm glad that ended like it did, I really am.
Could have been worse, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's all you can hope for, you know?
One thing we've found is a lot of people don't need me, they don't need James to solve their problems. They just need somebody to listen to them. Somehow they've fallen off the road that they're on and they lose direction. And it's just really, honestly, it's our job is to sit down, listen, care for them, and get them back on the highway, get them back on the path of their life and where their family's going. Whether somebody's suicidal or homicidal, the only one true element and foundation that they're all missing is one thing, and that's hope.
Good job tonight.
You as well, partner.
It was good.
It really ended up well, man.
People can survive and have a great quality of life, own businesses and work jobs and have relationships with mental illnesses. And so that's our goal, is to see them back to that quality of life that they need to keep going and have that hope for the next day.